bright lights and tall buildings. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Our game tonight featuring the Portland Trail Blazers as they go up against the Los Angeles Lakers here in Staples Center. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And the injury situation, as we take a look here, a half dozen players out of the lineup.
A half dozen scratches from the game. A lot of players stuck watching from the sideline.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Blazers coach Terry Stotts had previous head coaching stints in Atlanta and Milwaukee, but it was as an assistant coach in Dallas, where he helped win the 2011 title, that he rejuvenated his career. Stotts wasn't sure he'd get another coaching opportunity, but after that, he said the stars aligned. Kevin, he's now in year 8 as head coach in Portland.
The players love him. Thank you, David. Conference rivals in this one, Clark. Does that matter as much as people think, or is it just another game?
I still think it matters to the players. I mean, they're a little less emotional now, rivalries. They're not as heated, a little more practical. I think it's mostly about making the playoffs and where you're seated.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. JaVale McGee is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3 spot.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
That'll be a 5-second call. McCollum, left side. Passes it to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Fires the 3. Headshot off. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Tipped away. Nurkic with the steal. Anthony with it. Now Green defending. Goes up the baseline. Offensive rebound. Collins. And finished off by Collins.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to the... his team because of what he does.
And here is Green. James outside. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. And they double up James. Taken away by Anthony. There's the 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Anthony's pull-up shot is lethal, guys. Exceptional at shooting while in rhythm.
Here are the Lakers. 7-point differential. LeBron.
It never gets old seeing LeBron throw it down, especially when he decides to do it with a little flavor.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Collins passes to Collins. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Green with the ball. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here's McCollum. No one near him. Knocked away. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out. Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the three spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat, Greg, from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
And James gets it to go.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Outside Anthony. Pass to McCollum. Pass to Lillard. Beyond the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Now here's Green. James outside. Baseline try, and it's Green. Missing.
4 of 5 to start the game. That's their first miss.
Lillard, the pass to Collins. Kicks to McCollum. Over Davis. McCollum, no good.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
It's Kuzma penetrating.
You know what? At 6'9", Kuzma is a terrific athlete, and he's very good at using that size and athleticism to knife through the defense.
Here's Lillard.
When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the night right here. Free throw good from Lillard.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Lakers trail by 4. Here's LeBron. And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line. And Damian Lillard says, Greg, win or lose, he wants to stay in Portland. He keeps his residence there year-round.
And talk about his loyalty. In high school, lightly recruited. He ends up committing to Weber State. His senior year, all the big schools come calling. And Lillard kept his commitment. That shows you how he's built.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Amongst the many things that I appreciate most about LeBron James, and there are a lot, his leadership. I mean, everybody else just kind of naturally falls into place behind him because he's such a good example and a positive leader.
Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Mark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. That's terrific. And here's Collins, following the three-pointer from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Here's Lillard. It's not going to go for him. Caldwell-Pope with some nice D. Here's LeBron. It's in there. Davis with the assist. 10 points for LeBron.
And, you know, this is where James is most dangerous, attacking and looking to tear into that defense.
Nobody near Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And it's James missing. For Portland, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Anthony makes it off the glass. Anthony's got 7.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Now here's LeBron. 10 points for him. And James throws it down hard.
LeBron James knows the meaning of the word layup, but he's much more interested in throwing it down when he can.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Poked away. The feed to McCollum. And the pass to Whiteside. The baseline jumper goes down.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellas who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. And James throws it down hard.
I'll tell you what, if he's within shouting distance of the basket, he's going to get his buckets. You can count on that.
Portland's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Simons surveying the D. Passes to Whiteside. Here's Simons. Shot clock at 5. Over Green. And it's off the back rim. No good. James right side. He kicks it to McGee. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Green passes to James. From outside the arc. They get it back. Davis, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Davis is really the total package. A mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
Well, it was speculated all of last season and shortly after the finals ended that Anthony Davis had his wish fulfilled by getting traded to the Lakers.
And Davis and LeBron make as scary a duo as you can think of in the NBA. Missed out on some of the other marquee free agents, but AD will get a plethora of looks playing alongside LeBron.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Smith comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Waiters, he's checked in for Green. And it's Alex Caruso in for LeBron. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And the Lakers last season going against the grain to surround LeBron James with playmakers, not shooters. And many criticize that move.
And, you know, guys, you look at it, LeBron is at his very best with the ball in his hands, which means he needs room to attack the lane. It's clear that a course correction was needed.
The Lakers making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Smith outside. Morris inside. Hazonia defending. And the basket is good.
How about that eclipse? What a screen by Smith.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Right side against Howard. And it's sent back by Howard.
excellent timing by Howard. He knows exactly when to jump to deny a shot or two.
The Trailblazers shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Throw, good, Whiteside.
You know, guys, you got to give much respect to the length of Whiteside. I mean, he's a hulking 7-footer who takes a lot of pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
Pass to Howard. Now here's Waiters for three. A second chance effort. No good at the rim.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Tie game in Los Angeles. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. We talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, you know, people are going to look to you first. You know, they're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance of those two things, you know, being willing to be that guy and being excited about it. I think you got to have fun with it.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Here are the five. Portland has to start the second quarter. Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. Then it's Little, and it's Trent in at the 2. Caruso, no good.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
And it's been talked about for some time. Last summer, the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. And looking at the numbers for Whiteside the last few years, Greg, it seems like his production has come back down a bit.
And for a minute, Whiteside looked like he could be a dominant center, but he struggled since his great 2017 season. Shot selection has been hurting, and sometimes it feels like he is in his own way as a player.
Now here's Waiters. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Portland leading by 5. Oh, Whiteside in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Here's Waiters. Morris, left side. Over Hezonja. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got his second bucket tonight. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. The shot from 20 feet away. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2. Here's Smith. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Waiters. Comes up empty down low. The Trailblazers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Rebounded by Howard.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And, you know, I think this is exactly what you want Howard to do. I mean, when somebody's open, Show that you're willing to give the ball up.
Trailblazers leading by 5. Here's Simons. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Simons has got his second bucket.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Timeout called the Lakers. Clark, you know, some players just don't need a lot of rest. They can play basketball all day, every day, and don't want to be taken out. They've all got a lot of engine in them.
Yeah, they do. 24/7 guys, we call them. They don't need a lot of fuel, and it seems like they never are out of fuel. Guys like Paul George and Russell Westbrook come to mind.
Here. Kuzma's checked in, and Portland with the change here too. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Mario Hezonja. Lakers trail by 7. Smith outside. Waiters find Smith. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Well, I love the confidence that JR shoots the ball with, and on occasion now, he can shoot you in or out of games when he falls in love with that 3.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Blazers.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
He doesn't get the second one. Portland leading by 6. Anthony drawing the double team. It's stolen by Smith. And here's the fast break. Here's Caruso. And he goes in for the dunk.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
McCollum outside. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Lillard outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Boy, defense non-existent there. They catch a break as he whiffs it.
Kuzma passes to Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Really, really hard to keep Howard out of the paint. I mean, once he gets the position he wants, he's going to look to throw it down.
Here's McCollum. 2 points. That one goes. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Caruso, the pass to Smith. Nurkic with the steal. Got a piece of it.
Helping his intensity on the defensive end. Love to see that. Kuzma uses his length and athleticism to challenge and alter shots.
Zach Collins checked in for Portland. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Over Waiters. McCollum no good. Lakers trail by 4. It's Kuzma penetrating. Here's Howard. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Anthony in the corner. And the shot is long.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players. They know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. Some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you.
And look, a tough rookie season for Zach Collins, but boy, he's bounced back much better in terms of shooting, showing why he was taken in the top 10 back in 2017.
Here's Waiters following the score by Damian Lillard. To end the drought, and Waiters with the stop.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
There's Nurkic after the basket by Los Angeles. Now the Lakers on the break. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Howard. And you look at Collins, able to protect the rim and space the floor offensively.
And fits that modern template for an NBA center. Time will tell how good he can be, but he's already making an impact.
And it's sent back by Howard. And here they come. And Kuzma slams it in.
You know, I think Kuzma's the kind of guy you've got to push out of the paint. When you don't, this is what happens.
Pass to McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
We've got 1:18 left here in the second. Here's Caruso. By Lillard. Shot's good by Waiters.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Collins dishes to Anthony. Shot clock at 6. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
To the paint. Here's Howard. And Howard with the stuff.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 10. From deep. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Lillard. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Davis is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Caldwell Pope comes in for J.R. Smith. Green is checked in for Dion Waiters. And James subbed in for Alex Caruso. Rebounded by Anthony. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backcourt.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Lakers on top, ending the second quarter with a 13-4 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
Just got to compete. You know, keep competing, trust each other, make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points and 1 rebound. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they've been pounding. I mean, pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense